Alrighty, we have a 220, 240 volt outlet here that's hooked up to a switch, and the problem is they used 14 gauge wire to come up to this outlet. So I'm going to make sure our power is off. I'll unscrew our outlet from the box here. The screw is long and it went over the top of that MC cable clamp, and the screw could have hit the wire and caused some damage back there. So we're going to take this off of here. See how they put this up. Okay, so they put the white wire on the green screw, which is wrong, and they use the green on the live, which is wrong. And look at the sloppy connection with this black wire here. So we'll take that off. I'm going to just double check, make sure it's off. 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 So you never use a green wire as your live conductor. Green is only for your ground. And they didn't get much of a loop there. We'll just click the switch on for a kick, see what happens. Everything is off. So I'm going to go flip the breaker on and we'll see which wires are live. Green, that is only supposed to be for a ground. Black. The white should have been the one that's live, remarked red with red tape. I'll just verify, make sure our power is off again. Everything is off. So I'll take our switch off here. Let's see what we have in here. The screw again hit the MC cable clamp, which is no good. So they put a double pole switch in using the green live for one side and the red for the live on the other side, and the white is tied together and used as a ground. So we'll take these, I'll just double check and make sure all this is off. Mutilated end up. So this is a double pole switch for switching 240 volt. Get our white wire out of this wire right here. Get this ring off here, get our Romex connector off of here. It's easy to tap them the wrong way. And this was just nailed in here, and it's not very solid, so just take this off of here. And we'll see if we get a box up here the right way. So we bought some screw bits here at the Harbor Freight. You can get good deals at Harbor Freight. Some of the stuff is lower end and chintzy, but some of it is good. Okay, so get this ground screw out of here. We gotta fix this up a little bit here. Right here. We'll go nice and flush onto the wall here. Another screw down here. And I'll get our green screw retightened up here. Make sure it's nice and tight. See how this box is deeper than the other ones? So that way I can get all my wires into our box. Bring it like this. Here's our ring we took out. If we don't find it, we'll just grab another one. We're not going to get frustrated. We'll just go grab another. And it looks like what we're going to have to do is get another one. And there was another one laying right over there, so I got it. Okay, now we can take and we'll tap this ring nice and tight in here. Okay, so we have our white, which we're using for the ground. The red and the black are the live. And this is our ground wire. So what we're going to do is we're going to strip some tail wires. I'll use another black for our live. And I'll use white. Okay, so first we'll get our, we'll see if we can use our yellow wire nut so we can save some room in the box. We are going to have to use a red one for the ground because we're going to have 3 wires in that one. So here in the country I was born in, we use wire nuts for our connections most generally. So we'll hook our wires onto our outlet here. Okay, we have 2 brass screws, which are our live screws, and the green is our ground. This is for 220, 240 volt circuits, like a large air conditioner. So we'll put our green around the ground screw here. Close our loop the direction our screw turns. Make sure it's nice and tight, like that. Our black, one live on one screw here. Make sure our copper goes under the screw head all the way around, like that there. Make sure our copper is going under the screw head all the way around and our insulation does not get pinched under the screw head. So I pull back with my fingers here to make sure I get the copper under the screw head all the way around. I'm going to just loosen that up again because it didn't look like it focused. I'm going to pull back. Pull back with these 2 fingers here. Make sure it's nice and tight like that. And make sure our insulation is not under the screw head. So it's wrapped around the way we want it. The insulation is not under the screw head. Same with the green and the other black. Alright, so we can shorten these up a little bit here. Not to be this long. Okay, so we have our okay, so we have our black, which is live, our red, which is live. So we hook them up. So we get our insulation even at the bottom here. Wrap our strands around. And we're going to try and use a yellow wire nut. So we got our copper even at the top here and our insulation even at the bottom. Take our wire nut, just twist it on here. Make sure it's on nice and tight. I'll look inside, make sure insulation is up into the bottom here, which it is. Make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, now we'll do the black. The insulation even at the bottom. Get our strands wrapped around the solid copper here. I'm going to do that again. Like how it came out. Untwist. Our strands flattened out here. Around here. There we go. That's what we want. Get our insulation even at the bottom and our copper even at the end there. Put our wire nut on here. I'll look in, make sure insulation is down into the bottom of that wire nut, which it is. And now we'll get our ground wires together here. Twist them together so they're even. And we're using this white as the ground. Should be remarked green, but we don't have any green tape, so we're not going to piss and moan. We're not going to complain. If we don't have it, we don't have it. But they are using it for the ground. So that's where it's going to go, with the ground. Alright, so get wrapped around here. Our strands even at the top and our insulation even at the bottom. We take our red wire knot. Make sure it's nice and tight. We give it a turn with our pliers here. Okay, so now we can put our device into our box. Now I've got a nice deep box, so this will all go in nice and easy without forcing anything. See how it sets in there without forcing anything? And I look, make sure our screws aren't going to hit any of the wires. Make sure the wire nut's not pushed, forced. Set it on the box here. I'll look with my flashlight. Just make sure nothing is forced. I'll just take my screwdriver. That wire nut's not forced anywhere. And I'm going to touch the top of this red one here, make sure it's not forced. That one moves freely. Our screws aren't, nothing's hitting the ground screw there. I'll just go back to the flat end and see if I can get another turn. It's tight. And everything is together the way it's supposed to be, and nothing is pinched. So now we're going to stick our cover back on this. I'm going to look and see if we have an MC cable strap to put right there. If we have one, I'll put it on. If we don't, I'll just do it later. Okay, we do happen to have one, so I'll stick one in here. And we are all set. Peace. Thanks for watching. That is how to properly install a 240-volt receptacle here in the country I was born in, with a stranded wire and changing it to solid wire so I get a good connection around the screws. And there's the double pole breaker it's on. It should be a 20. Alrighty, so that is how to properly wire and install a 240-volt 20-amp receptacle here in the country I was born in. When you have a 240-volt receptacle, you have two live wires, the red and the black. Red is 120 volts to the ground or neutral, and black is 120 volts to the ground or neutral. And you have 220 or 240 volts between the red and the black. Your house current coming in can vary between 220 and 240. Peace. Thanks for watching. Normally it should be closer to 240.